Since you took up a very important topic, which is energy.
Is there any objection?
Madam Speaker, in order to accommodate the gentleman from Cornyaque, we move that the time of the gentleman from Bukidnon be extended for another 10 minutes.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved for 10 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much, distinguished At the outset, Madam Speaker, I'd like to congratulate our distinguished colleague from Bukidnon, the Honorable Florencio Flores, for what I consider a very timely and very important speech. We labored in order to pass the Renewable Energy Act 2-3 years ago. And it's really very distressing and very disappointing that we have barely moved in the area of renewable energy. It was supposed to open a lot of doors to making the Philippines more independent and less dependent on fossil fuel. But the way I look at it, some quarters have been dribbling the ball, so to speak, especially with regard to the feed-in tariff. The feed-in tariff, the first time I heard about this, was supposed to be heard, I think, in June. But then what happened was they postponed it in deference to the incoming new administration. This was last year. And for a while they said that it was going to be sometime in July this year. It became August, it became September. I don't know when exactly the Energy Regulatory Commission will come out with their feed-in tariff schedule. So I fully agree with our distinguished colleague, Speaker, that the House, being the one that really initiated the Renewable Energy Act, should address this issue and ask the Department of Energy, what's the score? What is keeping us from embarking on this very ambitious but very important journey that can change lives, that can change the rules of the game as far as energy is concerned? Ask me, Madam Speaker, one of the most life-changing technological development that is emerging right now is in the field of photovoltaic energy. And perhaps we can ask our distinguished colleague from Bukidnon, what exactly does the gentleman think is keeping the ERC? Because the ball is actually in the ERC and not in the Department of Energy, but in the ERC. What is keeping the ERC from deciding on this issue? I realize that this is a quasi-judicial body, but why is it taking so long?
Distinguished colleague, Madam Speaker, I am a new right here in Congress. I really don't know how the Energy Regulatory Commission works. However, based on facts available on the time that the feed-in tariff were submitted for resolution by the Energy Regulatory Commission, it is very apparent that it has taken months and no action has been taken. And no definite path has been given to the possible investors in this renewable energy project. And so it is kept hanging whether this is being done deliberately or because the Energy Regulatory Commission has more pressing matters to attend to. I really do not know what I'm speaking. However, probably they do not recognize likewise the urgency of the matter and the importance of having renewable energy as a source of power in the country. First and foremost, it is the most environmental friendly. Second, we earn carbon credits by pushing these reasons, Madam Speaker, I believe, are strong enough for us to raise the question of why the Department of Energy is lukewarm to this action at all. Global National Renewable Energy Program, Republic Act of 2008.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Speaker's colleague from Bukidnon. You know, perhaps our situation in the Philippines is worse than the situation in the United States. But I understand that in the United States, Madam Speaker, the amount of solar panels has increased by about, I recall the figure correctly, about 66% in the first quarter of 2011 compared to the same period last year. And this translates to about 220,000 average houses compared to a year ago. In a country where energy is a problem, but not as dire a problem as it is now. We are reading about the solar power initiative in California, which is understandable since California is part of the Sun Belt of the United States together with Arizona. But what is amazing and very encouraging is that even states like New Jersey and New York are already in the loop as far as solar power is concerned. In fact, even Mayor Bloomberg has already announced a solar initiative right in New York, which is, doesn't have the kind of solar energy that we here in the tropical part of the world enjoy. Japan, after experiencing Fukushima, has announced in the previous government that by 2030, practically all of the roofs and buildings in Japan will have solar panels already. And they have already, as far as the old government was concerned, there was a recent turnover in the position of the Prime Minister. But right after the Fukushima incident, the diet came out with this policy statement focusing on solar and rejecting nuclear energy. In Germany, Madam Speaker, where the degree of sunlight is maybe about only 60% of what we enjoy in the Philippines, they have rejected totally nuclear power. And I think they are already in the 9 gigawatt level as far as solar power is concerned. 9 gigawatts compared to the 50 megawatts that we are targeting, but we have not yet started in the Philippines. So I don't know why we don't know what these other countries know. China is one of the leaders of solar power. Israel is practically all of the homes have solar panels. Even oil-producing countries are already getting into solar. I heard that Dubai is getting strong as far as solar power is concerned, even Saudi Arabia. These are countries that are so dependent on fossil fuel for revenue, not just for energy, but for revenue. But they are already taking major steps in the field of solar power. Very disappointing. We are not showing the same kind of enthusiasm despite the fact that we are already approaching an energy crisis in the Philippines. We know from our distinguished colleague why this is so.
My personal opinion is probably because it is more of economic consideration for certain business concerns or business corporation are being favored, we could have fossil fuel power plants in place of those renewable energy power. It's the only reason that I could glean from but it's probably a personal favor of what is being given to these opponents of fossil fuel power plants.
I understand, thank you very much. I understand, Madam Speaker, that even the DTI is opposing the protection because of the fear that this might increase the universal charge for electricity. And it will affect our cost of access to the Philippines, eventually affect our exports. Well, that may be so, but that is quite short-sighted. This is contrary to what everybody is projecting as far as solar power is concerned. There is a very noted scientist, his name is Ray Kurzweil. He's probably one of the leading inventors of our time as far as the US is concerned. People associate him with previous inventors that have made such a big mark in the field of technology. Ray Kurzweil is projecting that in about 4 to 5 years, solar power will reach parity with fossil fuel. And this will become possible only if there will be more commercial support for solar power. Because we all know that the more usage there will be, the bigger the industry becomes, the more R&D will be devoted to solar power, and the more it will accelerate the development of solar power technology. And here in the Philippines, in case some people do not realize it, the Philippines is now one of the leading exporters of solar panels, photovoltaic panels. I'm sure this colleague is aware of this, that we are an exporter of solar panels.
Yeah, I know that we have I know that we export solar panels, but as to the quantity, not how much of the solar panels we export to other countries like this.
Well, a lot of this goes to Germany. And as I said, Germany is one of the leading, the number one right now, if I'm not mistaken, number one as far as solar power is concerned. I remember, Madam Speaker, one of their members of parliament, was Ms. Tag, came over here. I forget the name of the guy. I did not even surmise on the name, but he was here about 3 months ago. He gave a very good lecture on the merits of an FIT system built in Italy. And according to him, the built in Italy is recognized worldwide as the best way to support the other renewable energy programs such as Randolph River, wind, of course, solar, biomass, where the idea is for the consumers to subsidize the temporary higher unit costs for this renewable energy in the expectation that this will accelerate the eventual lowering of the cost of such renewable energy and be lower than the comparable cost of fossil fuel.
Kaya mo yun yung adjourn na yun. Totoo yung may quorum.
It's really very disappointing.
Kaya yung titignan mo. Pero pag nalalabasan yung magkakaroon niya.
I remember in the previous government, during the time of the late Secretary of Energy, Roilo Golez, I had to confront him twice in budget hearings because when he made a report on how much they are waiting for solar power, the first report was something like 2 megawatts for 1 year. And the next report was about 4 or 5 megawatts, which was quite a pittance compared to the potential solar power that we have in a country like the Philippines. I thought that with the entry of Secretary Almendez,
Kalimutin
we
ka.
are going to see quantum leap from maybe 2, 4 megawatts
Baka hindi mo na alam yung story.
magnitude
May ginawa siyang
multiples in hundreds.
Sino ba itong
But I'm very disappointed
Ano
that
naman maling reporter
right
ng
now
interview?
it is down to 50. A few months ago, I remember
pinakita ko na sa
sometime in May, they were even projecting that 500 megawatts will go. And that would have been good
Travel
news
siya
for us.
ng mga 8 hours.
The advantage of solar power, Madam Speaker, and our discussion mentioned this is that this is modular. You don't need to have this 60 megawatt capacity or the very expensive 600 megawatt fossil fuel or coal-fired plant. You can start with 1 megawatt.
Napanood.
You can become
Ano
4
siya, kung saan
megawatt
nakamo
depending on
travel ng bangka ng 8 hours sa
and
bangka
it can
lang
be
sa
set up
tabang.
in less than a year.
Tabang na ilog ah.
Let's say now it is 40 megawatts additional power. You can go province by province, 4 megawatts here, 5 megawatts there, 10 megawatts there. On a modular basis, instead of having to deal with large magnitudes that are going to be very expensive on an initial cost basis. I don't see why the Department of Energy is not looking at this as a very good medium-term and long-term solution to our energy needs. And I fully agree that perhaps the House of Representatives should somehow, especially in response to the privileged speech of the
Bakit yan mo sa
Department
paglilap
of
niya?
Energy, ask them to explain what's happening, what's going on. We have an energy. This is
Ang talino yun.
a joint congressional energy committee. I don't know what they're doing in order to address this problem.
Kailan anong table?
I don't know if the ENERCOM is there to block renewable energy or to promote renewable energy. What I'm hearing is that there are some ENERCOM is even becoming an instrument to slow down the propagation of renewable energy in the country. Maybe we should dismantle the ENERCOM that is the case. I know a sentiment about this colleague from Bukidnon.
Well, thank you for your suggestions, Honorable colleague. The resolution that I've submitted to the House, I'm submitting it to the House, is urge the House to aid of legislation to conduct an inquiry to the actions or inaction of the Department of Energy with regards to the National Renewable Energy.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to end by making a proposal. And I'd like our colleague to consider this proposal. If indeed the sentiment of the House is to support solar energy, we have one very good laboratory right here in the House of Representatives. We have a big building. This can, the roof, translate into maybe easily about maybe 1 to 2 megawatts. And the standard in complex is about 60 hectares. The rule of thumb for solar power is about 1 megawatt per hectare of solar panels. We have a parking space that is open to sunlight. That can then be a covered area consisting of solar panels, which can add to the area, provide for solar panels and can add to the energy that this complex can potentially generate. Perhaps in the course of our discussion of privilege speech of the Civics Colleague of Bukidnon, we can study the possibility. That's something that we can already concretely initiate and I formally propose that to look at the House of Representatives premises as a possible site for a laboratory for solar power. In the same the US are now converting their campuses into solar power areas. The same can be done in housing alternatives. The place where the Renewable Energy Act was born. So on that note, I would like to reiterate my congratulations to our colleague from Bukidnon. Congratulate him for rising on the very timely and very important subject matter, subject energy, particularly the subject of solar power. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Honorable Golez. We now recognize the Honorable Luis Rodriguez.
Thank you,